Happy Valentine's Day 2024. I am writing today about my 5th grade year. So we're going back to 1978-79. And the reason being, when I made my list of 40 God moments, 5th grade and VanAttas came up. And both of them are very important. The VanAttas were my neighbors. They were Dale and Lynn VanAtta. And Dale was a journalist, very prominent journalist. He has been nominated for the Pulitzer Prize 5 times that I know of. He is the only journalist to have gotten an interview with President Reagan during the Iran-Contra affair. And his family is Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, so LDS for short. And he was my neighbor, and he was working with Jack Anderson, who was nationally syndicated in about 800 newspapers, according to Wikipedia. At one point, I don't know if it was more than that or not. But I took care of the kids. I took care of the other kids that would come over. And yes, this is, 5th and 6th grade Carol was babysitting. It was just across the street. And certainly if anything had happened, my parents were right across the way. But I took care of the kids, absolutely loved them. My best friend lived across the way. And my 5th grade teacher was Mr.Yager, who in 1978, number one, it was his very first year of teaching, which I think is profound because he remembers all of us very distinctly as well. Definitely left his mark on me. But Dale and Lynn, I was very, very close with their family. And when Lynn was diagnosed with some skin cancer, I remember how the family dealt with it and how they prayed about it. And I was very sad to be leaving. We moved to Tennessee and 5 years pass. So 5 years pass and I win an essay contest. Here, the electrical membership cooperatives, if you're in a rural area, you have an electrical membership cooperative. And so they all, every year, do this writing contest. And in 1985, it was about 50 years of electricity. And I happened to win the grand prize, and they sent me to DC for a week. So in 1985, after having been gone for 5 years, they bring not only Tara and Dylan, but they bring their new baby, Kate, to meet me in DC, which was awesome. I go back to school, I start college, then I transfer to ETSU. And so in 1988, while I'm at ETSU, they lost their speaker for an event. And I said, well, what about Dale VanAtta? I mean, he's a writer, but they're like, oh my gosh, that would be fantastic, but we can't get him. I'm like, we might. So we called and they were available. We worked out, everything got worked out. And so Dale and Lynn brought the kids down for him to do the speaking engagement. And then I got to see the kids again. So that would be 1988. Well, don't hear anything for years, maybe sent them a couple of cards through the years, but in 2009, my dear friend Vicki had been talking about her friend Kate for a couple of years at that point, and her friend Kate was going to be in town. Her Kate was Kate VanAtta. Like, little Carol used to babysit her siblings, it was very surreal to have that meeting happen the way that it did. But it just goes to show me that tapestry that God weaves, He will put those people in your life exactly when He knows that you need them. And I have no doubt that He knew I would need a Mr.Yager, who just retired after 47 years of teaching in Loudoun County. And I would need the VanAttas. And so today I'm just thanking God for both of them. And I will pull together some things to kind of help tell it with some pictures. But that's the God story for today. Have a blessed one.